Hi everybody, this is my first YouTube video. What I'm going to teach you today is how to do the Spanish trill, or the trilled R as it's always called. That's going to be the trill that's in the front of your mouth, not the back of your throat. And the reason why I made this video is because I looked at like countless of websites and so many YouTube videos and I still didn't get it. I still couldn't do it even after like 2 months. So I kind of invented my own way by combining a bunch of different things I was taught. And I figured it out that way. So hopefully what I teach you, you'll be able to do at home and finally figure it out if you're one of those people that take forever to learn. Okay, let's start. I'm going to give you a couple tips first because this is what messes a lot of people up first. Don't make an R sound because you're just going to sound like a pirate. You're just going to go and it actually is counterproductive because you end up sounding like a pirate. Doesn't sound like a trilled R. What a trilled R is in reality is air that's passing through your vibrating tongue to make an R sound, not necessarily make the R sound yourself. So don't do it. Secondly, don't touch your tongue to your teeth. A lot of times I read that you're supposed to gently touch, whatever, the tip of your tongue near your teeth, on the top of whatever. By doing this, you are keeping your tongue not loose, which you're supposed to do. You're actually keeping it stiff, and it doesn't work. It's counterproductive. Favorite word of the day, counterproductive, okay? So the first thing I'm going to teach you is tongue position. This was the hardest thing for me because people told me a bunch of different ways. I have a very small teeth and small mouth. Right? So I was so confused by this, especially with people who had large teeth and large mouths. So what I learned is that you're supposed to make a U shape, okay, with your tongue. You know how some people can do the, well, it's sort of like that, except for not the, get rid of those folds, all right? So like that, okay? Secondly, think of your tongue in two parts, okay? There's a back part, we'll call that part number 1, and a front part, part number 2. 1, 2, okay? You're supposed to keep the back part tense and the front part loose. How in the world do you do that? Have a shot of liquor. It'll loosen your tongue right up and, loosen you up so you're not so tense, and that's only for over 21. So if you're under 21, then you're just going to have to live with Kool-Aid. But if you're over 21, get a shot. It worked for me. Secondly, one thing you could probably do is lie down on your back. By lying down on your back, you have less gravity going against you, pushing your tongue downwards, obviously, because, obviously stuff falls, gravity. When you are like that, your tongue actually moves towards, a little halfway moves towards the roof of your mouth, which is what we want because you want to have, remember, the tip of your tongue vibrating up against the roof of your mouth, okay? So, the U shape, right? One way to do this, pancake your tongue, right? Against your teeth, okay? Then, just move it in a little bit. Literally have the sides of your teeth touch the sides of your tongue, right? And one thing that's probably people do also is have the tip of their tongue too far forward. You kind of want it, say 3/4 of your mouth, right, forward. So you want to have a little bit of space, like we'll just say a finger space. All right, that's where the tip of your tongue should be. All right. So now you kind of know the position. U-shaped, sides of the tongue to the sides of the teeth, and the tip of your tongue about 1 finger away from the roof of your mouth. All right. So how do we make the sound that is necessary to do the Spanish trill? Well, one thing that you can do is, what I did was I kind of learned the back of the throat R, that, right? Obviously that's not it, but that's kind of what you're supposed to do. That actually helped me a lot. A lot of times people are like, no, that's the wrong way. You don't do the Spanish trill that way. That's the R way. That's the back of the throat way. Well, guess what? It actually kind of helps because the main objective is to make sure that your tongue is vibrating. You want a vibrating tongue. Okay, so I did this a couple ways. One was kind of learning that, and another, as stupid and weird as it sounds, I love Lord of the Rings, and I kind of did the Golem voice, you know, with a stupid fat hobbitses. Well, by closing your throat, that actually kind of helps with the air passing over. So one thing I did was that, and I combined it with a k sound. Have you ever had a cold and you kind of wanted to clear the back of your throat? You do the like that. Well, you're actually supposed to kind of incorporate that, and you can actually feel the back of your throat, maybe a little bit of your tongue vibrating because of that sound. And what I did was I combined the position with the k sound, and I also made a sh sound. Sh. Just like the pleasure, dream. Don't say the dream part, just the sh part, okay? Alright, that got my tongue vibrating. That's not the sound you're supposed to make it for a trill, but that's actually how you vibrate your tongue. And you do that a bunch of times until you are kind of comfortable with it and can make your tongue vibrate on command by doing that. If you can't get that done, then just keep on trying. That's the way that I did it, or just read what else someone else is saying. But that's how I learned the... Alright, so I combined that, and then I slowly took away the sh sound, and I started doing a kind of more of a la sound than a bra sound. Alright, so I did a now if you're getting instead, it could be for a couple of reasons. One, you're doing a TH type of thing, not a and your throat might not be closed enough. Alright. Also, if you're not getting the full effect of the stiff, well, the loose part hitting the top of your roof of your mouth, you could be pancaking your tongue too much. Like, it's too far on the sides of your teeth. So just bring it in a little bit. Alright? That's the way that I learned. Like I said, first off, don't make an R sound. Don't touch your teeth with your tongue. Make a U shape. Make sure you're loosened up. Make sure that you close your back of your throat enough. Do the sh sound before you do the l sound, and hopefully that helps you out.